Hi there, this is Nancy Ekpezu, the lead consultant at Pezu Smith Consulting. I'm also an author, the author of three printed books. I think I have one or two of them here. Oh, no, I don't. This is one of them, The Effective Boarding House Administration. My first book, The Dear Educator, was published in 2019, and the next one was the School Administrator's Companion. I've also gone ahead to publish two other books of which are in ebook format. From Curiosity to Mastery, my ChatGPT story, and also the Storekeeper's Companion. So I have five published books, but three are in ebook format. I've been an administrator in four reputable schools across different cities in Nigeria. And on my last job, I led a team of over 130 employees in a group of schools managed by a multinational before I resigned in 2019 to start my company, Peso Smith Consulting. I share content on administration and management, and it's always a pleasure to coach, train, and mentor administrators and managers. And today I'll be speaking to you, introverted manager. I just woke up today and I said, well, I just finished a session now with a client in Port Harcourt, and I said, well, let me just do this video. I didn't plan for it, so I'm just gonna be talking from the top of my head. So I'm an introvert. If you've been following me, I'm not that loud person who likes the company of people. I get reinvigorated and refreshed when I spend time alone, and that's a huge characteristic of introverted people. So people usually ask me, how have you been able to manage a team of over 100 people, and yet you achieved so many results, so many visible results and achievements in all these positions, even though sometimes you took over from someone who was extroverted and we thought the person would do even better on the job. So the issue is this. Leadership, management, and administration are skills that can be learned whether you're an extrovert, whether you're an introvert, or whether you're an ambivert. I am an introvert and I do not argue about it. I've accepted that, and there's nothing wrong with being one. And I've been particularly inspired by an introverted leader, Dr. Sam Adeyemi, whom I follow very closely. And so one thing I've come to know is that you can make huge and tremendous impact whether you're an introvert or whether you are an extrovert. I'm an introvert. So look at what are the things you can do if you're introverted. First, look out for your strengths and don't try to be like anyone else. If you see me on social media, I don't try to talk like anybody else or try to yell or shout or do all of those things that other people do. I just take it easy because this is me. And a lot of the videos I record, I do not rehearse for them. I didn't rehearse for this. I just came because there are things I've done over and over. They're just ingrained on my inside, in my subconscious, and as my skills and knowledge and experience. And so I can just share from the wealth of them all. So identify your strengths. For me, I communicate very well, whether I do it gently or whether I keep repeating it. I write beautifully, and so I celebrate my strengths. I also pay attention to details. I pay attention to details. If you send me a document, I can pick things there that you might not even have thought about. So when I supervise people, they will always tell you, oh, before you take documents to Miss Nancy, please make sure that you check very well for typos, grammatical errors, and that you're even making sense. Now, that's not to intimidate anybody. I just like excellence in the things that I do, and it shows through in my writing. And if you've read any of my books, you'll see that they are almost error free because we edit them over and over. And even when my editors are done, I still go back to them. So that's one thing I want to celebrate. So instead of looking out for all the people who are all over and liked by everybody, I celebrate my strengths. And I am thorough, I am very detailed, I pay attention to details. Another thing is that I'm very loyal to organizations that I work in. I give my all, so I'm usually not looking for my own personal gain or anything. I just give my all in the organizations where I work and lead, and it shows. I also demonstrate a high level of integrity, and this always comes as a surprise to people. And they'll tell you, well, if Miss Nancy said it's A, just take her for her word, it's A. And I have a high level of integrity and ethics that comes, in every job that I have done. So if you're an intro, and then I've also been able to, even after resigning from my job and in going into business, as quiet and as introverted as I am, I've been able to make impact. I run a Facebook group that has over about 16,000 people now. I'm also on LinkedIn. I have a website. I have a blog on that website. I have my seller shop. I'm able to do a whole lot of things. I'm basically organized and I can get my life around doing all of these things. So if you're an introverted, that should not be a disadvantage at all. And do not be afraid to put yourself out there. So those of you who keep asking me, how do you do it? You're so quiet and yes, you make impact. You might not be everywhere like everybody else, but you can celebrate your strength. That serenity that comes with sound decision making. Those the trusted skills that come from you in the areas of communication, maybe writing, and even in the way that your logical and perceived things, could come as a strength. So as an introverted manager, just realize what your strengths are and then make allowances in the areas where you are not strong. For example, when I lead teams, I'm a very procedural person. I like procedures, I like things to be done properly, I like ethics and professionalism. And so I usually would, among my team, look out for somebody who has the people strength, and to be able to use that person for the good of the team to reach out to others. And I'll tell them, oh, I sent so 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 person to you. It doesn't mean I don't make the effort, but I would not say that I'm great at it, but I try. I just try. So look at yourself, have an audit of your strengths and celebrate those strengths and project them so that they boost your self-confidence. And then in addition, look at the areas where you're weak, and instead of looking at them and feeling bad, delegate those areas to members of your team so that they can help out and your weaknesses would not show too much on the team. And by the way, the people you're busy celebrating, or sometimes some introverts wish they were like, also have their weaknesses. How about those who do not even pay attention to details, or who are not loyal to relationships and even to organizations, but are just likable? So always remember that you'll be remembered for the results and the achievements, not just because you were liked. And by the way, that you're an introvert doesn't mean that you cannot be liked. You can still develop your people skills and be liked by people. But don't make getting liked by people your goal. Do the right things, celebrate your strengths, and you'll be good. Thank you. Remember to subscribe to my channel if you're watching this on my YouTube channel. And also remember to visit my blog, www.nancyekpezu.com. Visit my Selar shop, Selar Selar. That's where I have resources and you can go there and buy. Subscribe also, connect with me also on LinkedIn and check out my Facebook page, Nancy Mba Ekpezu. Check out my Facebook group, Educational Administration Network. Until I come your way next time with another impromptu video, it's ciao ciao and have a really great month. Oh, lest I forget, I'm hosting an online event on the 11th and 12th of November on boarding house administration. And so I invite you graciously to be a part of it. Check my YouTube channels. Just Google me, Nancy Ekpezu. You see a whole lot of things, and I'm sure you'll see the flyer. But in case you're watching this, check the flyer, okay, and you will see um, the details. Thank you. Or just inbox me on any of my platforms. I'll be glad to answer. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And have you a really great month of October. We're in the last quarter of the year. And there's a whole lot that can still happen. If you've never achieved your goals yet, do not give up. Rather, decide to just Be awesome and great and go about your goals. Have a great month.